In a federal courtroom in New York, the high-profile trial of Sean Diddy Combs continues to unfold, drawing national attention as his former assistant, testifying under the pseudonym Mia, delivers harrowing accounts of alleged abuse. Mia has accused the music mogul of repeated sexual assaults and psychological manipulation during her 8-year tenure, painting a stark picture of life behind the scenes of Combs' empire. Despite the defence's attempts to challenge her credibility by highlighting past affectionate social media posts about Combs, Mia maintains that these were facades crafted under pressure and fear. The trial, which has already featured testimonies from other alleged victims, including singer Cassie Ventura, continues to captivate public interest as it delves deeper into the allegations against one of the music industry's most prominent figures. Mia's testimony painted a harrowing picture of her years working under Combs. She recounted instances of sexual assault, psychological manipulation, and physical abuse. One particularly disturbing account involved Combs allegedly climbing into her bed and raping her. She also described an environment where she had to seek permission for basic personal matters, such as attending her grandmother's funeral. During cross-examination, Combs' defense attorney, Brian Steele, presented Mia with past social media posts where she praised Combs, referring to him as a mentor and friend for life. Mia explained that these posts were not reflective of her true experiences, but were instead a means to maintain a semblance of normalcy and protect herself in a volatile work environment. She emphasized that portraying a positive image was a coping mechanism amidst the abuse she endured. Despite intense questioning aimed at challenging her credibility, Mia remained resolute in her allegations, asserting that her accounts of abuse were truthful and consistent with the experiences of many victims who feel compelled to hide their trauma behind curated public images. During the cross-examination, defense attorney Brian Steele focused on Mia's past social media posts that appeared to praise Sean Combs, including messages where she referred to him as a mentor and expressed affection. Steele argued that these posts contradicted her allegations of abuse. Mia responded by explaining that her public expressions were a facade, stating, "Instagram was a place to show how great your life was, even if it was not true." She emphasized that her social media activity was influenced by the expectations of her role and the need to maintain appearances in a controlling environment. The defense also questioned Mia about her emotional reaction to being let go from her position, highlighting a message where she expressed suicidal thoughts. Steele suggested that such a reaction was inconsistent with someone who had been subjected to abuse. Mia clarified that, at the time, her identity and life were deeply intertwined with her role in Combs' circle, making the loss feel devastating despite the abusive circumstances. Throughout the cross-examination, Mia maintained her allegations, asserting that her experiences of abuse were genuine and that her public demeanour did not reflect the private trauma she endured. In a pivotal moment of Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial, his former personal assistant, known by the pseudonym Mia, returned to the witness stand on Friday. The defense, led by attorney Brian Steele, confronted Mia with a series of her past social media posts that portrayed Combs in a positive light, aiming to challenge her credibility and the consistency of her allegations. During cross-examination, Steele presented jurors with numerous posts and messages where Mia referred to Combs affectionately, calling him a mentor, brother, and friend for life. One notable post from a birthday celebration described Combs as the coolest alien rock star unicorn pizza slice, accompanied by expressions of love and admiration. The defense argued that such posts were inconsistent with Mia's claims of enduring abuse and trauma during her employment. Mia responded to the defense's line of questioning by explaining that her social media presence was a curated facade, not reflective of her true experiences. She stated, "Instagram was a place to show how great your life was, even if it was not true," emphasizing that the posts were a means to mask her suffering and maintain a semblance of normalcy. Mia further elaborated that promoting Combs was part of her job responsibilities, and she often felt compelled to present a positive image due to fear and manipulation. Beyond the social media scrutiny, Mia recounted harrowing experiences of psychological and physical abuse during her tenure with Combs from 2009 to 2017. She testified about instances where Combs allegedly threatened her life, used sexual assaults as a form of blackmail, and exhibited controlling behaviour that left her in a constant state of fear. Mia revealed that the trauma from these experiences has resulted in severe PTSD, rendering her unable to work since leaving Combs' employment. The defence's strategy appears focused on undermining Mia's credibility by highlighting perceived inconsistencies between her public persona and her testimony. However, Mia has remained steadfast in her allegations, asserting the truthfulness of her experiences despite the defence's attempts to discredit her. The trial, which has garnered significant public attention, is set to continue next week, with Mia expected to face further cross-examination. During the cross-examination, defense attorney Brian Steele focused on Mia's past social media posts and public statements that portrayed Sean Diddy Combs in a positive light. Steele presented numerous posts where Mia referred to Combs as a mentor, friend, and even expressed love for him, suggesting these contradicted her allegations of abuse. One notable instance highlighted was a 2013 birthday post where Mia shared a still from a comedy video featuring Combs as a doctor, delivering her dreams, captioned, "Shout out to my mentor, thank you for always letting me give birth to my dreams." Steele questioned how she could publicly celebrate someone she accused of assaulting her. Mia responded that these posts were a facade, stating, "Instagram was a place to show how great your life was, even if it was not true." Steele also pointed to a 2015 post where Mia called Combs "Legend King Bad Boy for Life" on his birthday, which coincided with the anniversary of an alleged sexual assault. When asked about this, Mia testified, "I didn't recognise that date as a celebration," explaining she tried to forget the trauma associated with it. Throughout the cross-examination, Mia maintained that her public praise of Combs was part of a coping mechanism and a means to protect herself in a work environment she described as volatile and abusive. She emphasised that despite the positive public image, she suffered from severe PTSD due to her experiences while working for Combs. The defence's strategy aimed to cast doubt on Mia's credibility by juxtaposing her allegations with her past public statements. However, Mia stood firm in her testimony, asserting the truth of her experiences and the complex dynamics that led to her public portrayals of Combs. During cross-examination, Combs' defense team, led by attorney Brian Steele, sought to challenge Mia's credibility by highlighting her past social media posts that portrayed Combs in a positive light. Steele presented posts where Mia referred to Combs as a legend and friend, questioning how she could reconcile these statements with her allegations of abuse. Mia responded that these posts were a facade, masking her suffering and fear during her employment. She explained that maintaining a positive public image was a coping mechanism and a means to protect herself and her family. The defence also pointed out instances where Mia appeared to celebrate Combs' birthday on dates coinciding with alleged assaults. Mia explained that she compartmentalised her trauma, focusing on the positive aspects of her life to survive the abusive environment. She emphasised that her public praise did not negate the abuse she endured, stating, "I didn't want my family and friends to know the misery I was in." Furthermore, the defence questioned Mia about her participation in a comedic video directed by Andy Samberg, where she appeared alongside Combs. Mia acknowledged her involvement, but reiterated that her public demeanour was a means of self-preservation in a psychologically abusive setting. She maintained that, despite outward appearances, she lived in constant fear and trauma during her time working for Combs. Mia's testimony continues to be a focal point in the trial, with the defence aiming to cast doubt on her allegations by scrutinising her past behaviour and public statements. The prosecution, however, argues that Mia's experiences are indicative of a broader pattern of abuse and manipulation by Combs. The trial is ongoing, with further testimonies expected in the coming weeks,